welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how to make authentic Guyanese cassava cassareep. To get started, I already extracted the juice from my cassava, and I will be using some thyme, a cinnamon stick, some cloves, ginger, garlic, and wiri peppers for flavor. I also have some salt and brown sugar. Let's get into this recipe. So here I use about 8 pounds of cassava because this literally amounts to nothing once you boil it down. So I went ahead and just peeled the cassava, cut them into small pieces because I'll be using my cold press juicer to extract the juices. You can even go the old-fashioned route and grate this if you prefer, or use a food processor. But like I said, I will be using my cold press juicer, and now we can get started. So I'll juice the cassava, and if you would like to purchase this juicer, it will be found on my Amazon storefront. The link will be in my description box. So I decided to do this recipe because I know when you're living overseas, it's so hard to get the authentic cassareep because, you know, it's really not sold everywhere. You can only find that in Guyana. So I decided to do the recipe for those that might be living abroad and you want cassareep. You can just go ahead and make it yourself if you have the time and the resources. So once we are done here, I will go ahead and show you guys the next step. So here I have about quarter of the amount, so I will just pour this out and I will go ahead and just carry on with the same process. Now the other part of the cassava can be used for cassava bread, or the Jamaicans would call it bami, I think. And you could even make some cassava pone or pudding with this. So you can save it and do whatever you want with it. So this is the amount of juice that I got from the cassava that I had. And like I said, you're going to need a lot of cassava if you want to make like a bigger batch of cassareep, because once it's boiled down, it's basically nothing. Now, if you look closely, you can see that it has separated. The solid is at the bottom and the liquid is at the top. What you need is just the liquid. So we will pour the liquid off and just discard the starch that's at the bottom. You don't need to use that because it will not turn out right if you add the starch to the liquid when you're boiling it. So here I've decided to use a tea bag, or you can use a spice bag to add my herbs and aromatics, because I don't want chunks of stuff in my sauce. I want it to be nice and smooth. So I decided to use the bag, and I will just take the bag out when I'm ready, when I feel like everything is infused in the sauce. To a preheated pot, I will now add the liquid in here, the juice, and we will add the salt and sugar as well. We will allow this to come up to a simmer before we add the herbs and the aromatics. While this is simmering, you'll notice like some scum settling to the top. What you want to do is skim that off. Remove as much as you can so that your liquid is nice and clear. Here you'll see me add the bag with the spices and the aromatics, and I will just continue to skim as much as I can until my liquid is clear, and then I will allow this to just simmer on low heat until it reduces and thickens. Here you'll see me like crushing the garlic and the peppers and stuff. Once I noticed that they are soft, I went in and crushed them just so my flavors can become more potent in the sauce. After about 45 minutes, I went in and removed the spice bag because I felt like it had served its purpose and the liquid was smelling absolutely amazing and I just couldn't wait for it to be done. So I will allow it to reduce some more until it starts to thicken and change its color. So this is when it starts to caramelize and change its color. We're almost done here. You want to allow it to thicken more and get darker. You can add some water if it gets too thick, but you allow it to reach your desired color. Once it reaches that, you can turn your heat off, and that's basically it. That's how you make Guyanese cassava cassareep. Now I will remove mine from the heat and show you all the finished product. And like I said, this basically reduces to nothing. You would need a lot of cassava to make you like a full bottle of cassareep. So I just poured mine into a bowl and I will save it for like stews and seasoning meats and stuff like that. But yeah, this is it guys, authentic Guyanese cassava cassareep. It makes me wonder, have I ever really tasted the authentic kind? Because this tasted so different from the ones we get in the store and stuff like that. Like it was so delicious. Now I want to go and make some pepper pot. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, share it, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for your girl. I leave all my ingredients down in the description box, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate your support, and as always, enjoy.